I'm sorry, what?
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Yo Brett is in the house calling Young Flacco, Scotty Elvis, just Maui. What reversal? Are we talking about the title here? Is this a real reversal or a fake out? I do apologize. I'm guilty for this. I have been using the same title for every single live stream. So I will change it up. I will do, but honestly, it's always a real title. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to put a title of what I want to talk about because we talk about multiple different things. But today's video that I made, something's just not sitting well with me. It's not sitting well with me. Okay, and I want to talk more about it. I might even write an article about it. But this whole Epstein getting involved into Ethereum way before Ethereum was even launched, and then him hiring Jeremy Rubin for pretty much his MIT genius. It's incredible. Just like how the Bill Gates Foundation hired the best of the best, bringing in the chief architect of Swift, and he's been working with Bill Gates for over 10 years now. So we are seeing the infrastructure being laid out. And let's get into the price of XRP. We're going to go over that. It's not looking good. So you guys all know. Remember what we said. $1.45. Can we remain here? And for how long? The longer we stay without a girthy breakout, then the downside is much more possible than the upside right now in the medium short term. And Brad Garlinghouse, I haven't talked about it yet, but the word on the street is Brad Garlinghouse is calling for a date. He's calling and aiming for a date for April, end of April, that we are going to see everything get passed. So let's see how that pans out. Let's get to the chat here. Give me one moment. I got my screens all over the place. Yeah, the video today was pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. Please, if you guys haven't, I'm not trying to shill anything, but I just want you guys to really understand the roots of crypto. Once you understand the roots of crypto, you're going to understand it to the fullest. And you know why I act crazy about this is because we have the salute token. We have our escrow. I control 67% of the escrow. Okay? If I had a bunch of billionaire friends that were willing to contribute, 50 of them willing to contribute $50 million each into a network. Let's just say Salute wasn't called a network and it was called Ethereum, for example, right? And then once you get the foundation built, once you place the pillars, you get the narratives going, and then you try to build something out of it. Okay, this is brand new, and ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash that like button. Let's get the algorithm going. But it's just incredible. I didn't even notice XRP come down today, but I did come back and look at it, and it did come down pretty, $1.42 and bounced right back up. Let's see what happens when the Clarity Act gets passes. Let's see what happens. If nothing happens, then I'm getting in my car. I'm driving over there. FBI, open up! Putting my, I don't even want to say, yeah. I don't know what I could say on. I don't know how far I could make jokes on YouTube. I was going to say pull out my fake FBI badge, but obviously a joke. We don't have that. Yeah, the whole flipping the switch to ODL is a real thing. Um, and the layer of it is their fiat on ramps, right? Getting the institutions comfortable with their fiat on ramps, and when they're ready to do so, to incorporate a digital asset in those payment flows, they're going to do it. And the crazy part about how all this is going to work out is, obviously, you guys have heard liquidity begets liquidity. But it's just going to be the easiest thing to use. So it's going to just naturally gravitate towards it. And talking about the root pillars of crypto and like what gives these digital asset value, like what gives Ethereum $2,000 of value? Because we don't actually have real economic activity running through Ethereum at scale, um, and on public ledgers, right? So public and private ledgers are going to coexist. They're going to be a real thing. There isn't going to be a price differential in the two different, platforms. It will be the same. Yeah, it says infinite supply. Same with Terra Luna. If you guys are new to this ecosystem, Terra Luna, was one of the another narrative that was pushed by deep pockets. They had the same thing. They had the same thing going. They said they had a cap on their supply, and then all of a sudden there was like trillions of it printing. So I got a couple articles that I really want to write, and I got a couple ones starting, and that is the roots, and it's going to be an interesting one. And I got to talk about the whole Satoshi patching the 83 billion Bitcoin that was created in the early days of Bitcoin. Okay, if you guys are new to this ecosystem, please understand this is fact based. I don't have everything up in front of me, but back in the day, there was 85 billion Bitcoin printed out of thin air. The Bitcoin community didn't know what to do. They were all talking about it in the forums, and then Epstein, and then oh, that's crazy that came out. And then Satoshi came out of nowhere and he's like, oh, we got a patch for this. I'll work on it. But I'm sure these group of individuals that were trying to work on it, I'm sure they would have figured it out. But Satoshi was there a couple hours later saying, I have a patch for this, and he patched it. And then the 85 billion XRP Bitcoin didn't exist. And my theory behind that is they wanted to see if they could ever down the road create more Bitcoin and not the 21 million. They did it. They patched it. No one ever questions it. Like, do you understand that? It happened. It has to get questioned. And it could happen again. This is not FUD. This is just reality, folks. We're going to see a lot of stuff in crypto. We're going to see a lot of the holy crap, I can't believe that happened. Right? Like FTX is the perfect example. Who would have ever thought FTX? Right? Remember, this comes back to narrative. Okay? Because here's the thing, if you guys had a project and you had a $50 million budget, you get the narrative going. You buy out people. You want to call them influencers or celebrities. And that's what they did with FTX, and they just had big budgets and everybody fell for it. But this is crazy stuff though. The thing is, I've been in this ecosystem glued to it literally for way too long, and I know everything that these guys are capable of. And it's just going to be really exciting to see when XRP completely I don't even know what to say. If anybody ever starts to talk bad about XRP when it's at $10, $20, I genuinely want to line them all up, maybe get 100 of them, and just run and slap them all. 150 meter dash, run, and just pop, 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 pop. Maybe it was something else. Maybe not even with my hand. Maybe with a pan, a flat pan, a pancake pan. But it's just at that point, it'll be crazy. And what's Bitcoin at right now? $67,000. And here's the thing, I hate asking these questions, but I know they give me what backs Bitcoin. What's the value driver of Bitcoin? What's the value driver of Bitcoin? Nobody could really answer that besides saying 21 million supply. 21 million supply. Okay. Anyways, okay, we're going to get into the XRP chart for a moment here. And we'll let time shuffle everything around. And we're going to put this whole Ethereum and Bitcoin and all this stuff to a rest. But all I do know that these guys are probably questioning what could possibly happen with these emails being leaked. And remember, there is about millions more that have not been leaked yet. So let's get this going. We do have the live crowd today. If you guys are joining us from not time to time, they're usually here, but we got a live crowd here. They're going to leave in a couple minutes, but they'll give you guys a clap here. Very happy for you guys to join. They can see you guys here on the chat, so they're reading the chat. Oh, somebody just said something crazy. They're going crazy. Oh, yeah, it says rub my ripples, and the crowd loves that. Would you look at that? Okay, so let's get into the price of XRP. Where is this going? Where are you going to go? Let's do, where's my crystal ball? Is it charged? Perfect. Okay, I got my crystal ball charged here. And now we're going to do a little forecasting. Forecasting of what could go down, okay? And let's go out here. I still have my positions opened. Okay, I'm stuck in some positions that we are monitoring very heavily. So we are good here. But I'm overall ready for anything right now. So that's why I'm not panicking, because this is like, these prices, these entries are going to be just dreamed upon. And we're all going to see it. We're all going to see it on the lives, and look at the lives now. Look at the viewers now. Take a look around, look left, look right. Take a real good look, because there's going to be a lot more of us when the markets start going crazy. And it's going to be like a domino effect. And I'm just ready for the headlines. I'm ready for the headlines. Yeah, no, they're all real. And the people that miss out, you guys already know. That's all we're going to be hearing. That's all we're going to be hearing. Okay, let's take a look. I haven't looked at the charts in deep today, so first time. We're going pretty midweek. I think we could probably come down a little bit more here. Are you looking like one big chest now, or are you doing squats too? We're doing a little bit of both. Start looping in the markets. Yeah. Every single week, 3.5 years. My goodness. Someone get me this guy's address. No, I'm just kidding. But should we make a little bit of a song here? XRP's at $1.46. And there's 158 moon boys in here. And girls. Can we look at SLT? Yes, we can, after we address everybody that has joined us today on this Tuesday evening. Wherever you are, if you're in bed, if you're on the toilet, just know that we're all in here together. Oh, why? Come on, I just ended everything and I'm pissed off now. And, I don't know where to start. Okay, no more rants with pianos. We're done. No more rants with pianos. I'm pretty sure X went down. Play Why Are You Gay interview. After we play this, because I love listening to this, you could feel the panic in the room, And ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash that like button for Brad Garlinghouse, because he's about to make little Mr. Clean get clammy palms. I just love hearing this.
Making Joe, it's been said that you are one of the biggest Ethereum holders.
It has been said. I've heard that. Yeah.
Yes.
Based on no data.
How do you go about managing your treasury within Consensus and your own personal one?
I guess no comment. We personally, in terms of Consensus, we are a small fraction of the Ethereum asset and all the assets on the Ethereum platform, and we manage our treasury like a company would manage its treasury.
The only interjection I have here is I find it interesting that Ripple is attacked for being transparent. Because we are very proactive, and we put actually the next XRP markets report, which we do quarterly, will come out sometime at the end of this week. But because we share that information and we're attacked for it, yet other platforms don't share that information, and so they are insulated from those same critiques and criticisms. I think in the dictionary that's called hypocrisy. I'm not 100% sure, but it's close.
Is there any plan for greater transparency within Consensus in terms of how it deploys its Ethereum?
Internally, sure. And, we're a private company, and we
Ripple's a private company, too.
Absolutely. And transparency is important to us. But we also have to be strategic about information that we release, and
we have to be strategic about the information that we release.
FBI, open up!
What? What does that mean? You have to be strategic with the information that you release of your treasury? No, the beef between Lupin and Brad Garlinghouse is very professional. Very professional. They met on multiple occasions. I don't think there's obviously an aura in the room, right? They don't like each other, but they're professional with it. But yeah, when you know the roots, and these guys know, folks. These guys know. They all know what's up. Look at this guy. Look at his face. He knows exactly the BS that's coming out of his mouth.
With respect to those sorts of issues, I haven't really thought too much about whether we need to disclose how we pay people when we.
We don't need to disclose how we pay people. What? This is transparency, right? It's just we don't have to tell you. It's you have a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure here.
We pay people, etc.
And I kid you not. And then, where's this part? This part's funny. Weeks. But this is it.
The criticisms that sometimes gets leveled against Ripple is that people say it's centralized because it owns a lot of XRP. What would you say to them?
It's not a proof-of-stake model. So owning a lot of something does not give you control over something. The XRP ledger is an open-source, decentralized technology. There's about over 150 validators that kind of manage that network. Ripple today manages fewer than 5% of those nodes, those validators. We can't enforce upon the XRP ledger anything that the XRP ledger doesn't want to adopt. So I think that people confuse, and there's a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt. There's a lot of misinformation that gets propagated. And I think that there are holy wars. There's financial interests in what happens here. And so people talk about the XRP ledger being centralized, I think, because they want to paint it that way. The XRP ledger is more decentralized than mining-based solutions because of the nature of proof of work and the centralization of proof of work mining that's happened, particularly in China.
Joe,
let me jump in there just because Amanda's going to be happy if we have a little bit of controversy. XRP is a value token and it trades in an open market. If the CFTC noticed that you owned 60% of the silver supply, how comfortable would they be?
I won't speak for the CFTC. We have in escrow 55% of all the XRP that we own. We can't sell it. We can't do anything with it. So we actually own about 13%.
But you do sell it regularly, right? Don't you sell it into the market?
We're very transparent about that. How much do you sell?
It's just how much do you sell?
Necessary.
When necessary, when I feel like buying a Lamborghini.
Sure.
And I think, look, I'm talking about
That's when you just lose. Like, yeah, sure. She's like, when it's necessary, only when I want to buy a Lamborghini.
So, we actually own about 13%.
So, but you do sell it regularly, right? Don't you sell it into the market?
We're very transparent about that. How much do you sell?
How much do you sell?
Transparency and maturity
When
is
necessary. Sure.
And I think, look, I'm talking about transparency because I think for the whole industry to mature, we need to be transparent in the industry. Ripple, I think, has tried to lead by example with that. And I think there's other ecosystems that I have no idea what's going on in those ecosystems. And I don't think that's good for the whole industry. And so I think that's bad for Ripple, too.
But they're decentralized in terms of ownership of the token.
Ownership of token is decentralized insofar as they work on a proof of stake. If it's a mining-based protocol, then centralization is based upon the mining control, not ownership.
One small aspect of the governance of the ecosystem could be considered centralized if you're talking about the mining aspect, sure. How centralized in terms of token ownership is your ecosystem?
I'm glad we just work on the software.
Incredible. So the man you're seeing right there, Lubin, has blocked me. I don't know why, but I kid you not. I think he needs to unblock me. He has blocked me, and I think maybe he wants an apology from me. Apologizing for calling out all the stuff that happened on your blockchain. The Bitcoin whales that accumulated Ethereum. No limit. No disguise wallets, so I apologize. That's what I think of Ethereum when I think of Ethereum. But yeah, the top two, I actually need to make, I'm not even kidding, I want to make a badge of honor for this. Give me 1 second. Let me go over here. There we go. The fact, I remember when this happened, when Tether, the CEO of Tether, when Paulo blocked me and Lubin blocked me, they did it on the same day. I kid you not. And I mean, this just speaks volumes as well. This speaks volumes as well, in my opinion. The fact that USDT, okay, it gets even worse. Okay? What are the odds that the information, the fact-based, the thing is, when I reached out to, when all this stuff happened in the past, the information that I laid out, I think it would just hurt them. Even Bitcoin's main account has blocked me. It just, to this day, I'm blown away. How it's all that. And it's scary because honestly, I don't want to be talked, within the same conversations of, if these guys wanted me dead, I'm done. Okay, I'm telling you guys that right now. If Pablo, Joseph, Joey, if you're listening, Paulie, if you're listening, listen. If you come here, I'll have armed guys over here in my live crowd that never leaves. Okay, watching every single move that you do. Okay, so that doesn't happen. All right, but no, honestly, I'm gonna make a badge of honor for these three. It's literally what we always talk about, though. That's the craziest part when we talk about the corruption, the roots. Oh my God, the roots have blocked me. My goodness. Sorry, folks, I'm having a mind blown moment here right now. when we talked about the roots, USDT, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, they have blocked me because we literally, oh my God. This is crazy. And if you guys are just joining us, if you're joining this live, welcome. You know, we have been documenting this whole crypto ecosystem for a very long time. This whole community, all of us, we speculated on a lot of things that came out to be true. So majority of the things that we talk about may seem crazy, but it's the crazy ones that are actually accurate. And everything's panned out. Like these documentations, these emails are profound, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. But let's get into the chart of XRP right now. So generational bottoms are being formed right now, and we just gotta slowly trickle in here. And frankly speaking, I'm gonna wait back for a little bit of more of a pullback, and I'm ready to enter into my longs if we see a significant pullback. And we are still teeter-tottering February, March. Brad's calling for April, end of April, for everything to get passed. That is Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. And, you know, don't forget what Monica Long also said in regards to 2026, December, come back at the end of the year, we should be in a completely different place. Okay, and that is the president of Ripple, Monica Long, saying that on record. And I believe this is, like I said, the calm before the storm. Individuals that I'm telling you, listen, I'm just going to say this once. These prices are only going to be at these levels for maybe months more to come. Okay, they're going to be nowhere near these prices. Nowhere near these prices. And the crowd loves it when I talk about prices. But no, realistically, I know $1.47 and, you know, it going up to $10, $15 may seem like unrealistic to some of you. And if it does, that's very scary because, I mean, it's more than reality. And it's going to be really nice to see it. Remember, like even like me, for example, like buying Chainlink for less than $1, right? Even getting into Bitcoin less than $3,000. Like seeing these numbers, we were calling for these numbers, but remember that real economic value, this is very important, hasn't run through these protocols, hasn't leveraged these native assets with, you know, different exotic corridors opening up. Like nothing has gone into place yet. Stablecoins hasn't even entered, you know, day-to-day institutional movement. Nothing has happened. Folks, up or down? What do you guys think? I'm going down. I'm going with what I'm saying here. 3 minutes, $50, lower, down. Let's go. You know, I had a 3 winning streak here. I had a couple win streaks here, 82, 82, 82. This is like the poly market guy. I'm trying to set up my bot. I'm going to set up a bot. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'm going to set up one of those poly market bots just on the side, just to test out a couple things. And I will keep you guys updated, though. If I could get it up and running and it actually works, it should be a good one. But folks, if you guys haven't tried the 3-minute incrementals of like up and down on Tubit, the link is in the description down below. And if you guys sign up with the link below for new users, just for signing up, you do get a $50 deposit bonus. So you don't even need to deposit anything. You get $50 within 48 hours deposited into the account. And you could actually utilize that within this. So you'll have $50 in here that you could do, like, you know, up or down, higher or lower. I call it up and down, but let's see. We're winning right now, so let's see if this keeps up. How long do we have? We got 1 minute and 50 seconds, and it's coming down. The entry, I mean, it was pretty called for. So 1 minute chart. Let's see. We got 1 minute and 40 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, well, let's see how that bot goes once we set it up. But I want to see what other guys are doing. Nice little pullback right here, right? A little double bottom in the 1 minute chart. But let's see if I'm right or wrong. I don't like watching it, to be honest with you guys. Because I lost the last one, I don't want to lose it again. Doesn't matter how much it is. Sometimes you don't want to go on a long losing streak. Man, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for every single one of us, folks. Very exciting, very exciting. Remember, XRP was $3 not too long ago. Okay? It was $3 not too long ago. And we're going to be well over that. All-time highs, baby. All-time highs are coming. All-time highs are coming. Oh, for this? Oh, we got 9 seconds. We got to get a low candle or we're out of the money here. Well, I mean, yeah, there's no point of watching it. It's already placed. I think we'll see a little bit of a pullback before the markets open by tomorrow. But let's see. This is the 6-hour chart. Oof, the markets are in such a bad place, but it's good. It's good, like setting up positions. But it's just such a place that is very uncertain, especially with that billionaire that was selling that we went over, Garrett. Garrett sold $1 billion on spot on Binance. He's a billionaire. I don't have the transactions up in front of me, but we covered it in our video. But you know, lots being dumped. All right, folks, we're going to start wrapping this up. We're going to wrap this up, and you guys know how we wrap it up around here. We wrap it up with the Holders song, the tribute to the holders. I recommend you guys just listen through it because, you know, I always do this. I always do this, but when I sit here and I just think about the future, where things are headed, it's going to be such a crazy place. It's going to be such a crazy place, and this opportunity with crypto right now that a lot of people are scared of, but this is our only way to accumulate as much wealth as we can. Everyone's time is coming. Many of the, wow, Canton is climbing. Canton is 14 now. Canton is 14. Oh, SLT. You want to see SLT. What do you want to see on SLT? We'll cover SLT quick, but what do you want to see? You want to see the chart? Let's see the chart for SLT. It's looking pretty nice. Going with the XRP, of course. Going with the XRP flows the 4-hour for SLT. This is the 1 hour for SLT. Definitely looking juicy. I mean, with the meme coins for the XRP ledger, they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna go crazy. Like, I want you guys to understand. Listen, do not underestimate this. There are multiple whales in this XRP ecosystem. And when XRP goes to $10, $20, $30, $40, the amount of ROI people are going to be generating, even if 3% of that were to flow into Bitcoin, into the XRP Ledger meme ecosystem, it's going to be significant. Alongside SLT being paired with XRP in terms of market capitalization, is still going to make the same amount of return. So the way there is a video that I want to make in regards to SLT and market capitalizations and the impact of holding SLT and XRP. What's the difference in regards to, for example, even holding meme coins on the XRP ledger and XRP? Like, what are the two differences? What are the benefits? What are the pros and what are the cons? It's a little complicated at scale, but I'm going to try to get to it. But it's pretty significant because you could make more XRP if your meme coin actually outperforms XRP, which is pretty significant. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's SLT for you, Quentin. And also SLT earn. Okay, if you guys hold SLT and you guys haven't taken advantage of SLT earn on Tubit, the link is in the description down below. You guys could be earning up to 22% APR on SLT. Okay, fixed 30-day, 14-day, 7-day. All you got to do is subscribe to it. It's like 3 steps, 3 clicks, and you're in. And you are in. And the link is in the description down below for Tubit. And we have made about 12 cents of SLT in the past 3 days. But again, we are pretty much building from ground zero right now. And even for us to have something like this on a meme coin to have generate APR and, even making 10 cents a day, it's going to scale. We are building slowly. We are in infancy stages. We're literally a crying baby, okay? And we're going to grow up. We're going to go, like I said, we're here for the long term. We want to, I ask myself this question all the time in regards to anything. Would you buy something that is going to go away in 5 years or 3 years or 6 years? No, you want to buy something that is going to be here for the long term. Like, what's the objective, right? What's your theme? Like, what's the objective of the meme coin, right? And for Salute, it's like, okay, the people that are holding Salute are core believers that XRP is going to hit $100. And I kid you not, when XRP hits $100, my goodness, these meme ecosystems are going to be out of this world. When XRP goes to $100, me, for example, okay, this is like I don't know if there's a disclaimer. Like, when XRP goes to $100, maybe I'll throw in, I don't know, depending on what we're building with the capital, because I'm not going to buy it just to buy it. But if we're going to grow the ecosystem, grow the liquidity pools in deep, throw $1 million, $500,000, and really, build a deep enough pool that even institutions could tap in. And we're talking deep though. So again, this is a learning process. We're evolving with the industry. So it's going to be very exciting. But yeah, it cannot be cheap. But yeah, SLT earn, folks. If you guys are holding SLT, definitely take advantage of this. Because this up to 22% APR is not going to be there for long. So that's that. Okay, folks, we're going to play the holders here. We're going to wrap it up. I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday evening. I'm going to go have some water. So I've been speaking here for 38 minutes, and I kid you not, these lips are chappy. They're chappy, and they could use some water. So the crowd is going to clap and walk out. So I call the cops. All right, get out of here. You're supposed to be out of here by 9. All right. Oh, this cop showed up. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's go, white man. Sounds so racist. Let's go, white man. But yeah, let's go. All right, folks, we're going to end off the night with the holders. If you don't stick through this, then your ledgers are getting hacked. So let's stick through the music. Let's enjoy it as holders, and we'll be back with another video.
My family thinks less of me because I told them to buy XRP. And all my friends quit texting me cause all I talk about's the XCC. When the price rose, it was just like ecstasy, but then it crashed so unexpectedly, and no one's standing next to me cause I still tell them to buy XRP. While they're laughing, I'm buying more, son. My therapist says let it go, man. I said no, it's all part of the plan. And when the flipping turns the page, I'll be laughing from my yacht's range. Cause every time they say it's dead, I load my fucking wallet up instead.